Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's episode, I have some news for you guys on the sequel to Star Wars Rebels. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee.
I have spoken.
Hello there to all of the returning subscribers, but if you're new to the channel and you're just finding me for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on this video and any other video from the channel that you check out, and be sure to hit that notification bell so that the bell is completely filled in, as this is the way you will never miss a new video the second it goes live.
Do it!
So since the last week of December of 2019, and especially now in the first week of January 2020, we have heard some rumblings around the Star Wars community about a potential sequel to the show Star Wars Rebels, with nothing really materializing from that initial rumor since I guess that first time we heard it back in late December 2019, but we finally got something now. Remember, Reddit is not exactly it's from Reddit. It's not like 4chan where you can just throw everything from 4chan that you hear out the window and pretend you never heard it. Reddit has actually been quite good, especially with Star Wars on the Star Wars track record, especially with the Rise of Skywalker leaks, and especially with what we did see from The Mandalorian. All of that was very, very accurate, if not like 100% accurate. So we're going to take this Star Wars Rebel sequel show. We have some news about it from a Redditor on the release date and the plot. So you can take it with a grain of salt if you want. I'm going to give you guys a couple reasons to believe this and a couple reasons not to believe it after we go through the information. So let's dive right in with it. So, here is the Redditor has a source who is within the production, and this is what the informant says. The release window is late 2020 on Disney+. Season 1 is in post-production, with Season 2 being well underway. The story is set during the height of the short-lived New Republic. We get to see the Republic Senate and explore some of the main galaxy post Return of the Jedi and before the sequel trilogy, but I'm told only Season 1 details. This and another show will truly delve into the New Republic. Season 1 sets up Ahsoka and Sabine preparing to travel to the unknown regions to find Ezra. Ahsoka gave a valuable relic to the Kaminoans, who have set up shop again to after the Empire's defeat, to stop and reverse certain extent of Captain Rex's accelerated aging. He joins Sabine and Ahsoka on their quest. Season 1 also follows Ezra and Thrawn, who become unlikely allies over time. We are introduced to the Chiss Ascendancy, who are in the middle of a war on the Greask. The Chiss are a main society in the series of Cilia. Their homeworld acts as a hub and main staging point. Thrawn has a niece who is introduced as a main character. She is a quote-unquote Skywalker, Force-sensitive children who are used by the Shi as navigators through the dangerous hyperspace routes to the unknown regions. She grows close to Ezra. The Greask are presented as a major threat and will be a main opposing force throughout the series. They don't really look like their EU counterpart, the Vong. Best way to describe them is the way they look like ancient depictions of the Buddha on steroids. The Greask aren't the only threat. There are far more sinister entities and phenomena awaiting our protagonists in the unknown new regions. Main mystery surrounds the barrier of the unknown regions. A character whom my source said will likely become a fan favorite is the last remaining member of the Rakata species. He is a powerful Force-sensitive warrior who was once a cruel tyrant. When the Empire was at its height, he acts as a mentor to Ezra. He's a very morally gray character. Source jokingly described him as being a redemption-seeking Aztec amphibian god king with a cool Irish accent. A very strange and typical Star Wars culture combination. The animation style is a blend of the Clone Wars and Rebels in influence. In conclusion, they are really delving into the darkness and maturity of the Star Wars universe and the occult mysteries of its western portion. So that is what we have, and if you want, for those of you who haven't caught up on all of the Disney shows for Star Wars, you obviously know what the Clone Wars is, that's been out for a while, but the official Star Wars description for Star Wars Rebels is Star Wars Rebels, set 5 years before the events of Star Wars A New Hope, tells the story of the rebellion's beginnings while the Empire spreads tyranny through the galaxy. Now streaming on Disney+. Okay, so here are some reasons you should believe this, and then we'll do one why you shouldn't believe this. This is incredibly specific. It would take somebody a lot of time to put into this in order to come up with all of this specificity of a Star Wars TV show. This is clearly somebody who is clearly on the inside of this actual production with all of these details. That is the biggest reason to actually say that it is legit. And here's one reason why you may not, and that big reason being the fact that there hasn't been an actual announcement yet. But we do know that they were already going to be doing another animated show since Rebels ended, so that kind of bites its own, I suppose. And we clearly see that Ahsoka being back. Obviously, there was a big Rebels sequel at that, and this is going to be taking place after Rebels. And we did get that tweet from, was it Filoni, who's hinted that Ahsoka was still alive. So that would be another hint to continue to the idea that this show is legit. Personally, I believe this. Take that for what you will. But let me know what you guys think with a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you and the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it.
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.